let the after hours party start. And days and okay, so Billy, you already sent an email out?
Yep.
Did you do that tonight?
Yep.
Okay,
Did
good.
you,
I looked before the meeting.
did you add Tim Hatch to your list?
Uh, Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay.
That could
I
be
don't
quickly
think.
remedied, I'm sure.
Yes.
Uh, bu- bu-
That's
bu-
it.
bu-
I'll bring up my email and forward it to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think I have his email address.
Okay, I'll forward that to you also.
Well, lots of good stuff tonight. It was a good meeting. So I'm
Yeah, I
with you,
think
Brenda.
so.
There was a lot of info.
I'll tell you what. You know what?
Oh,
Remember,
it's gonna.
remember
Hey, Billy, it's not a
Yes.
democracy, so it'll be Tuesday at 1600. That's the set meeting time.
You said no later than Tuesday, so
Yeah, but you're saying Thursday, or do you mean tomorrow night?
yeah, Thursday's no later than Tuesday.
Well, unfortunately, folks will think it's
Guys, the
Thursday of
Lions are
next
playing
week.
tomorrow night.
Cares.
The who?
you know what? That's something.
This is the best team This is the best team they've ever had. You guys, come on.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
I'm with you. Besides Pittsburgh, all my life, it was always Detroit.
Yeah, but
Not
Al, they've
Detroit.
sucked forever. They've sucked forever. For my entire life, they've sucked, and now they've got they're so good. It's just
I
part of me
think-
doesn't even believe it.
I love it.
Matt, I think the last time they won a championship, I was a toddler.
Yeah, it was like
Pittsburgh-
1956 or something
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
I was a toddler.
before I was
Pittsburgh
born.
number one for 50 years until that one play. For 50 years.
Billy, Billy, you want to do it? You want to do it on Tuesday or Tuesday?
That's fine. Okay. Crap.
Well, I'm doing a reply to everybody, reply all to everybody, setting it up here for you. But
Okay.
you know, one day notice it and enough time, and then Friday night's a
Yeah.
Friday night.
Well, I didn't know. So, all right, and you're
No,
including
I'm
Matt in
good.
there. I mean Tim in there, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So we're doing it on Tuesday at what time?
1800 CDT.
Central Time?
That's
So
6 p.m. Central Time.
7 p.m. Eastern,
Okay.
like the
Okay.
last time.
Last time we had 1800 Eastern Standard Time.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, let's change that to Eastern time. That'll work.
Oh, 5 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got to be 5 o'clock on Tuesday, or I won't make it.
Okay.
Are we in a secret club?
dude.
What's going on?
Yeah. This is a secret club, Al.
They're
Dane,
planning level up for us there, Al.
oh,
Dane, before you send that out,
Yeah.
we got the wrong address or email address for Gary Hales. He just sent it to me. I just forwarded it to you in chat.
Thanks,
Oh,
Billy.
I've got his correct address too.
Oh, well, apparently I used the
forwarded-
wrong one.
Yeah. It's all
All right,
good.
Paul, have a good night.
Yep.
Thanks
Gary.
for the demo. It
Good
was
night,
great.
Paul. Thanks again for staying up so late.
Yep.
Right.
Good night, Paul.
fantastic, Paul. Fantastic.
Okay.
Cheers. See you next
It's,
time.
it's resent.
Yeah, guys, there was a lot of good links on for airbrushing and things, the places you could get a whole setup and things like that in the chat. So if you're at all interested in that, save the chat. Um, I know I put at least 3 different links in there myself. So
And
and
remember,
I'm
the chat is saved on the website. So
yep. And if anybody gets to the point where they've decided they want to wade in and they're confused about how it all works, I'm perfectly happy to answer questions or help in any way I can. So my contact information is in the list. So give me a ring or whatever.
Hey, Dane, this is Dave.
yeah,
Just to verify, we're talking about December 10th, 1700 hours Central Time for the Level Up Committee meeting, correct?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
to be hosted by Billy and Cade, me and Scott in the background.
Yep.
You, if there isn't any conversation at the moment, you know, about a month or so ago, Joaquin talked about making boxes and getting that little pop, and I came back and I turned a few things, and I wasn't looking for a shape. I was trying to learn how to, make the pop. But you know what? For tonight's project that Paul showed, you could make almost anything that like didn't really make it the way you wanted it to be, you know. And what he showed you how to do, you could turn that into a gem.
Yeah, color greatly enhances a piece. And
It was amazing. It was amazing. The things that you could do. I mean, just by he doing the bowl, how you can make it look like, well, okay, that's a gem. That's gold. You know.
yeah, and if you decide to try to follow in that footstep, one of the things to really pay attention to is when he's putting on the dark blue on the first one, and he's only catching a part of he's coming across the tenon, so he's spraying it only partially across the bottom and only partially across the high spot. So there's a lot of play you can do with the colors there. You don't have to cover the whole piece in colors. You can only
Right.
do it partially.
But what I'm saying, you could turn some of the things that like you're so really disgusted, like, oh, why did that happen to me? And by doing that, just will change the whole thing
Yeah, and there's a lot of ways to do that.
completely.
Yep, absolutely. Even
That was
that box you
pretty
have in your hand, if you wanted to really spice that up a bit, you could spray it with some color and then sand it back, and
right,
it would make
right.
your grain
That's what I'm
dance.
saying. That's yeah. I mean, I could find. I mean, I have, like I said earlier, it was my time up, and I have two things here today that disgust me so much. What happened to them? And you know what? If I did that to it, it would probably be. If I'll go. Do you have a minute?
bring it out.
Over here.
We have all the time in the world. Right,
Okay.
Dane?
Guys,
I
You're blocking your camera with the piece you put in front of it.
yep.
There you go.
So I mean, it was it was a long grain. I put it on lathe like this. It was long grain,
Okay.
you know, and
105 milligrams per
my-
deciliter and changing slowly.
I got my wings and I got a crazy looking shape, you know,
I got you, Gary.
and I went through the bottom of it. most craziest thing. Look, I but
So
fine.
what don't you like about it, and what would you do differently?
No, now what I'm talking about, what Paul showed
Night,
tonight,
Billy.
I could change the whole friggin' thing to be completely different looking with the shape. You know, you could turn what he showed tonight. You could turn anything that you get upset with and into a piece of, like, marble. You know, the way he showed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, depending on the grain structure, you could make it. You could certainly enhance it greatly. That's for sure.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What he showed tonight, you could almost make any piece. You can make any piece so enhanced from what he showed tonight.
Absolutely.
You know what? I mean, I'm so disgusted with this. But you know what? If I did something different, like what he showed tonight, it wouldn't look like this.
I got you covered, Tim. Don't worry.
So that was a really nice, enjoyable evening.
Do you have an airbrush, Al?
No, but you know what? Again, all you guys are, like, showing me which directions that I want to. I think I've talked to a couple of people around here. Yeah, I could turn something. I think I'm comfortable with my gouge, and I can turn things. But you know what? Yes, you have to do something different, to your work. So, I mean, it's simple as that. So, yes, I've been thinking about different coloring. I mean, I watched Wayne, Clasper for like 3 years, before I met him here. I almost, like, went through a riff when I was actually saying, "Oh, Wayne, how you doing?" And no, but I've watched people do the, like, flicking and yeah, a lot of ways to apply colors to, people's, different turnings. So, but yeah.
Another person to look up his videos is look up Martin Sabin Smith's videos. He's the guy who makes the Hampshire
I
Sheen
watched
intrinsic colors.
I watched him last night, I believe.
Okay, so he applies the colors by hand. He doesn't use an airbrush. He just uses a cloth or a paper
Right,
towel, and he's
right.
using his intrinsic dyes. But it works with the Hampshire the chestnut spirit stain colors too. It just do it the
Right.
same way. Just use a paper towel to apply the
Well,
coloring and the way you want it, and he shows how to do
I'll
it. So
I'll one up you on that. You need to look at Matthias Beer.
no,
yeah,
again, your reason why,
Matthias
your reason,
Matthias is one of the members here, and he does extraordinary dyeing jobs.
it's just, what I'm saying is, you could turn anything that you have destroyed probably into a pretty fair looking piece by
You
what
can
Paul showed
like
tonight.
like Paul was showing on that last piece. If you don't have a good surface to start with, that dye is just going to do nothing but highlight those imperfections in it.
Right, right, right.
So it all starts with a good finished piece.
I'll tell you, that was a nice one tonight.
Hey,
I'll tell
Al,
you
you can
somebody else that does
also,
some really good dyeing jobs too is Kelly, right here.
you can also do something like this, which is done with friggin' those paints, stab it on, and that's done with, like
Right,
Matt was
right, right,
Iridescent,
right,
that's
right? It's that iridescent stuff.
and your
right,
acrylic paints is all.
Right. Yep.
right. I've
There's
I've
all, there's
I've seen
there's
that.
so much
Right.
that can be done with
That's
dye and paint to dress up a tourney. It's all in the mind.
The only problem I have with the dyes and all that is, I've made some pretty cool pieces, thanks, Dane, but nobody buys them. Like they just sit there. I mean, like, and
Yeah, but that's your crowd though. Like for me, people buy my dyed stuff. They're the first things to go. Dyed and
oh,
shiny.
I guess you're right. I'm out in redneck land or whatever, but
I don't sell anything. I mean, if somebody says to me, "Oh wow, oh my God, I can't believe it," and there's a friend of mine or her, or whatever. I mean, here you go. Actually everything that I make. I don't see how people can sell stuff because like, everything I make, it's like one of my kids. I made this, and I can't sell it. Okay, if you're a good friend, you'll take care of it for me, But it's kind of I don't see how you can make things and sell. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I'm only in this because I mean this is my it's my hobby, you know. But I've seen beautiful things, and I I can't I don't understand, and I shouldn't probably give things away because that hurts people that sell things. So I don't know. I'm in the middle, and I feel bad, but I don't
nah,
think
no, it
my stuff.
doesn't. It doesn't hurt anybody if you give stuff away.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to hurt nothing on nothing, but
When you're in
I don't
production mode, some of those things they don't feel like your babies.
think my I don't think my stuff is worth any friggin' money. You want to give me that for that? You must be nuts. That's the way I look at my stuff.
You make some pretty cool stuff, man. And I think I get what you were talking about. If you make something that didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to, you thought about adding some dye or something to enhance it. Why don't you start with if you got some stuff that's rough turned that you don't like, try starting off with some milk paint instead of dye. Like Dane was saying, if you don't sand something real good, dye will make it look like absolute horse crap. But paint,
Yeah.
you can make
Yeah,
stuff look badass with milk paint, no matter
Yes.
how rustic, no matter how crazy bad you sanded it or cut it, you can make it look incredible with milk paint.
Yeah. That's the real sanding sealer.
That is.
well, I'll
It'll
tell you
hide
what.
everything.
It was a very enjoyable evening. That's for sure. I'll tell you.
Try painting your next
You
piece.
you can
Just use regular
look at
acrylic paint.
anything right. Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, what's cool about being in a gallery and you're selling your stuff, you got people that follow you and they can't wait to see the next thing you're going to put in there. And they're just, I don't know, pride in that
Right.
they're waiting to see what you do next and what you're going to bring in there.
Yeah, and if you really like it, just put a really high price tag on it and let people look at it and not buy it.
Oh, I'll tell you a story about that. I put two pieces in an art show down here, and one it was the end grain of a Norfolk Island pine, and it was like a 6-point star, all these branches, and then another piece. Well, I didn't want to sell them, so I put $500 on both of them, and so I the one that I didn't really care for, it won first place. Now this, I'm not bragging. This is just a story. It's what actually happened. And I went down there to pick them up, and that other piece for $500, somebody bought it that day.
Man,
I didn't want to sell them. That's the highest price I've ever got for anything. But that was cool. That was
it
cool.
didn't bother you
Man.
too bad. It didn't bother you too bad that it sold though, because it was $500.
Right.
But I've never done that in a gallery. That was in an art show.
That's like when you don't want to do a job and you do the estimate and then you multiply it by 3 and turn it in, and then the son of bitches accept it. You're like,
Right.
"Oh."
Yeah.
Well, that
Oh,
ain't too
boy.
bad.
you end up getting customers, what are you going to do next? What do you got? Can you make you this? I just think it's a blast. And I give a lot of stuff away besides selling it.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff my wife won't let me sell. It's a blast turning and doing all that stuff and trying different things.
Battery's dead.
It's dead. Uh-huh.
You got to
Charge
charge
it up.
Somebody mentioned Martin Saban Smith. Let me go get something and show it to you.
How's that shop doing, Dean?
Guys, I'll be right back. I got to take care of my dogs.
They shut down on me about 11 o'clock this morning. For some reason, they didn't want to work in the rain and the thunder and the lightning.
I wonder why that is.
Darn them.
Yeah.
Did you,
Yeah, those
did you
guys
give
had
them an
me
umbrella?
worried. I would have been down a long time before they were.
Put me on highlight, Dane. Somebody mentioned Martin Saban Smith. Let me show you something. Okay, here's a Martin Saban Smith bowl that he gave me about 3 or 4 years ago, and that's his Hampshire Sheen dying.
Yeah, it looks good.
That's pretty, Kelly. Yeah, that's cool.
That's
That's beautiful.
And that Hampshire Sheen, it does it smeared. It's the best I've ever seen.
That's where he put like multiple colors.
Yeah.
It's got crazy awesome depth. Yeah, I like his color, those colors. All right, take me off of highlight.
We'll put you back in the little squares.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? That game show back in the 70s, the pyramid, where everybody was in the little triangle.
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Okay,
there
Hollywood
you go.
Squares. Okay.
Had to think about that a little bit.
I was thinking it was a triangle, but okay. Yeah, squares. Okay.
I'm going up in about 10 minutes.
You're thinking of $100,000 pyramid, Dane.
Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch.
Must be. No, it wasn't a Brady Bunch I was thinking. I was thinking of the game show. I guess it was a hodgepodge between the pyramid and the square game. I was a little shit at that time, so I just remember seeing them on the TV.
Off. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Stop that.
Dean looks pretty comfortable sitting there in that chair.
Well, he was working hard supervising today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me and the wife both are down with a head cold, so I've been kind of out of it this afternoon.
Oh, no.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had one, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Well, all that excitement outside.
Caught the sniffles out there asking the construction guys, "Hey, where you guys going? Come back."
Well, yeah, I was running around out there for about an hour and a half yesterday morning, getting them all lined out and showing them what we had and answering questions and all that, and kind of settled down a little bit. I realized, man, I'm cold. Walked over the thermometer, it was 35 degrees, and I was in a short sleeve shirt. So,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'll
figured
do
I
it.
better get back in the house, and I'm sure that didn't help it any.
No, that probably urged it along a little.
Yep.
Dean, did you turn that lamppost sitting next to you?
No.
Oh.
No, that's just a floor lamp that we've had forever.
So how long will it take them to finish your building, Dean?
Well, they should have finished it today, but hopefully they'll get it finished tomorrow.
So they're going to start doing siding tomorrow?
Yeah, they've got all the framework up and done. They finished that today before they left.
Yeah, I saw where the framework was done. Yeah.
Are they going to insulate it at all, Dane?
I'm going to do the insulation myself.
Yeah. That'll save you some money.
You know, I didn't have them put in garage doors because they just put in roll ups, and I wanted insulated doors. So I'm going to do the electrical, then spray in the insulation, and then I'll have somebody come in and put my garage doors in.
That sounds like a good idea.
You'll like that spray insulation, I bet.
Everything I've seen on it, and other folks' shops that I've seen done, it looks like it's the thing to do.
Yeah. Friend of mine built a house out of a metal structure like that, and he spray foamed it. It don't cost him hardly nothing to heat it up here in Wisconsin. I mean, it's cheap.
Yeah, the house my sister built about 5 years ago, it's got spray foam insulation throughout it, and the air conditioner and heater never come on. It doesn't seem like they keep their 72 degrees day, night, everything. It's 72 degrees in there.
Yep. It works good.
So, with that big a structure, I figure I better insulate it well because I'm not going to be out there in the 100-degree heat, you know.
Right.
What's the dimensions, Dane? Sorry to cut you off, Scott.
It's a 30 by 50 shop with a 12-foot front porch overhang on it.
Nice.
So
yeah, I'm looking at converting my pole barn into 25 by 24. Then adding on.
I'll lose a little bit of that for shop because I'm going to put me a little office and a little gallery up front. So about the first 12 feet I'll lose, but the rest of it will be shop.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I bet you the covered porch will be shop before too long.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one of the reasons I did that was so that I could push a lathe out there and turn on the front porch. And so that is the intention. And I'm right in the middle of a blueberry farm, and the very first blueberry plant that was planted by my grandmother. And the corner of the front porch, I can walk over there and touch the plant. So I joke with my sister, I don't even have to steal blueberries. I've got my own right there on the front porch.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
It's exciting.
Well, it's so nice to see you anymore, Dane. It's great.
Well, it's good to be back in the meetings and, you know, seeing what folks are doing and talking to folks again.
Good. I understand that. I'm I won't say a recluse, but I don't go too far. I can't drive anymore. So, yeah. For some,
that makes it tough.
You know, if your eyes aren't legal, they don't let you drive. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you know, you could get you a seeing eye dog and then it'd be fine, right?
I would think so.
I've seen people
who can left or right.
I've seen people who can see and shouldn't be driving. So maybe we should try it the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw a guy the other day had 3 people help him get into his vehicle because he couldn't walk or anything, and he drove away. Craziest dang thing I've seen. He had to been 95 or so, but yeah, he's still on the road. He couldn't motivate faster than the speed of the little guy. Tim Conway used to play Mr. Zawin's boss there. Yeah.
Which means the man doesn't have the reflexes in case there's an emergency.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Well, all you got to do is drive across Houston one day, any day ever, and you'll know that there's a lot of them that don't belong on the highway.
Same
It's
here.
not just Houston.
I'm sure it's not.
We got snow on the ground for the first time, and you should see the idiots are driving around. It's like they forgot.
Oh no, down here, if it snows, they send out a signal to all idiots. Everybody, all of them jump in their cars.
Yep.
You know,
like
it's
that little-
funny.
Here today.
We have
I
always
like that little
snowbirds
Christmas
down.
tree you got going there behind you, Scott.
What's that?
I like that little Christmas tree you got going behind you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made 7 of them for my wife.
That's nice.
You gonna light them up?
So I have for the last 15 years I've made at least one different ornament, and she's tired of taking them out and just once a year. So she wanted me to make trees that she can set around our house and hang all my ornaments in.
Nice. Back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing.
So that one's all made out of barn boards. She spends too much time on Pinterest, so she sees all this crazy stuff. This is the other style I made.
Well, that's nice too.
They're both cool.
Now,
Yeah.
what color did you paint that?
This one is painted
Like a green or a sage or what?
red.
Red?
I'm in a can. I just painted it. This is it's an Oregon green.
Okay.
So, and then the other one I painted was moss green, which is a little lighter green. This is more like an army green.
Okay.
I like the other color better.
Now, what are you gonna do with that cookie you've got sitting back there? That's a big cookie.
Cookie.
The cookie.
Oh, that's a table.
Is it? That's cool.
That's a piece of Wisconsin chestnut. Came off a friend of mine's property down in the southern part of the state. The tree finally died.
Gotcha.
But it's like almost 30 inches across at the widest point.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge and it's heavy. Got a
Yeah.
crack in it. I'm going to put some epoxy or something in the crack. I haven't decided yet.
Hey, Scott, did you get that carving stand set up for me yet?
Yep, they're on their going to be on their way shortly.
Okay.
What does the carving stand look like?
If I had one all together, I'd show you, but they're all in pieces, ready to be boxed up.
Okay.
I can show you. I can
Dane
show you here in a minute.
Dane's
Okay.
got one. He can show you.
Let me put this cat up.
Yeah. Let me put this little
One of
cat up.
them's mine, right?
What's that?
One of them's mine, right?
Yep, one of them's coming to you. One of them's going to Gary, and one of them's going to Daniel.
Oh,
You got to send me your PayPal or Venmo or whatever.
Yeah, I'll put it in the box with it when I send it to you.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Here you go, Sue.
wait, let me see.
So you put your chuck on. You know, that's your chuck insert, threaded insert.
Uh-huh.
And then you can either put this in your banjo
Okay.
for your piece that you're working on. And then this, you know, it rotates.
Oh, that's cool.
So it rotates back and forth, you know, but you know, the professionally made one, you know, and then you got the lever here to tighten
Yeah.
it to keep it from twisting on you. But the professional made ones are like 200, anywhere from $200 to $300, you know, and and all they are, they're called a carving stand. So Scott came up with a plan on it. Works pretty good.
Wow.
For
Cool.
like when you're doing Dremel work or
Yeah.
form work, whatever, off lathe.
Why
item
don't why don't you patent it?
Because it's already been patented.
It's already been patented. A version of it's already been patented.
Okay.
This is
I
this
got
is
it.
a, this is the DIY version.
It's called the
Right,
cheap
of
man's
course.
version.
Hey, believe me, I'm all for that.
Right?
Yeah.
I can make it for less than half of what they're
Selling it.
selling
Like
it for.
Less
I
than
showed
half,
last
hell.
week. I mean,
Right?
you don't have to spend like $1,000. I mean,
No.
it doesn't look like what you're gonna buy for $175. It only cost me 22. But it works the same way that yours does.
Yep.
Hey, when's that Zoom meeting, Dane?
Send your email.
It's Tuesday at 18
But it's
Standard Time.
Tuesday, 1800 Eastern time. And it's funny, Dan. When you text me, I always respond back immediately. And you never when I ping you, you just ignore me.
I don't ignore it. I don't hear it.
You got to set your phone.
Where you pick your phone up and you can see you've got messages.
No, it don't.
Okay.
That's because he's got the notifications turned off.
My boots just got ruined. The shit's so deep now.
Hampton, have you been on that lathe since this afternoon when I was talking to you? Jesus. He's been on that since 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Really?
Scott Hampton, did you get your bearings on? You're muted.
Yes. You gotta walk over to his computer.
Yeah, I got the bearings all done. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing in front of my lathe turning stuff.
Well, you could have been on your little lathe. It's not like we can see what size lathe you're working on.
Now he can't hear us.
There it is.
What are you making?
Little Christmas trees right now.
Hey, put that back on. I thought I saw a wobble in your spindle.
Highlight him. We'll get another demo on Christmas trees tonight.
You need to lower your camera. We can't see your spindle.
Yeah, put your overhead on. Hampton, put your overhead on.
There.
Now lower it.
Little tiny
lower it.
tree.
You need to lower it. Lower it.
Zoom it in.
Yeah. So we can see what you're doing.
Second.
You got to move it to your left.
I know. Why you guys? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Need to put the zoom, the noise cancellation on medium. It's too loud.
Too loud.
Boy, Dan, you're really picking on him.
It's been such a long time, since he's been active. I got to pick on him.
Sounds good.
There. Now you can see the little tiny ornament.
There we go. Don't you need a bigger roughing gouge for that?
Yes. No.
I was just thinking that, Dane.
No, I was actually using my spindle gouge on it.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, it sounds much better there.
Yep.
Yep.
Years ago, I had ordered about 10 or 20 board feet of wide leaf figured maple from California. And it was 4/4, and I was going to make a table. I was actually going to cut it in 1/4 inch veneer and make a table, and then start dyeing it very similar to what Paul showed, so that I could have the tabletop look like water.
Yeah.
And life happens, and that didn't happen. So I didn't have any room back there because I made a turning room out of it, so there was no table going in there. But I have this 4/4 wide leaf maple, and I'm thinking of putting 2 layers together and making candles or whatever out of it, and doing the same dye technique.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Glue it up into a block.
Yeah.
2-inch block. Yep.
Because it's I think it's 8 inches wide. So yeah, that would make a nice candle or
Oh,
whatever.
hell, it said 4/4, so it's already 2 inches. So yeah, cut that
Well,
4
4
strips.
quarter would be 1 inch. So if you put 2 together, they're 4 incher.
Yeah. I was right the first time. Sorry.
Yeah, a 2 incher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, it would. Now I'm going to have a go at making an inside out ornament tomorrow for my daughter, and thought I'd make one for Tina just for grins. Never made one before. I got my blocks done, finished, glued up. The mating face, the inside face trued up where they fit flush against each other.
You gonna do 3, 4, or 6-sided?
No, I just did 4.
Hey,
For
Dane.
my first 2 attempts, like I said, I've never done it before, so.
Hey, Dane.
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it. Now, I don't want you to do it, but go and look for inside out vase on a table. Vase on.
Oh,
Wait.
I did. I looked at that.
It's like an 8-minute video, just to like familiarize yourself.
I watched it. I watched it.
Like
I watched it.
Yeah, how goofy you could be.
Right.
So like just demonstrate
Right.
in your mind. So yeah, what you want to do tomorrow? Yes, it is so simple, and you know what? It could be so frustrating at the same time.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, I figure the most
my
frustrating part is going to be getting the blocks to separate. I only glued them about 1/4 inch, and I used brown paper between them.
Right, right.
But I think since they've been glued up for so long, they're going to be a bitch to get apart. But, whatever.
So, Dane, what do you recommend? I mean, I could make it so there's hardly any glue line doing those 2. But what if I were to put some veneer in between them as a separator? What do you think?
Oh, I think that would look spot on with, for thin, 16th inch piece of veneer in there, different color, dark color.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I use veneer all the time and segmented.
That sounds
well, yeah,
good.
and he uses those little bitty pieces of wood.
I don't know how he does it.
I know, right?
Fingers won't hold it.
On that brown paper, Dane, it's just going to split in half. The brown paper will just split. You won't have no problem.
Okay.
No, you're exactly right. No, brown paper bag, nothing but.
I use Type Bond 3 for it.
No, 2. Well, I mean, I've never had 3, so yes, go 3. I've only bought 2 all my life.
It's basically the same formula, other than
and make it a
the
little
color that it dries at, and Type Bond 3 is supposed to be more water resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more
For
exterior.
outdoors. For outdoors.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
whenever I make a cutting board, I use Typhon 3.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do too.
Night, Dean.
Excuse me, buddy.
Night,
That's
Dino.
Good night, everybody. I'm gonna call it a night. It's been a
Okay.
long
Yeah, me
day.
too.
Hey,
Great seeing
Dean,
you.
Dean.
Dean, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, sir. I'll remember and be there. I set myself a reminder this time.
Okay. And you've got the Zoom link, right?
Yeah, same one we used last time.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. If not, give me a holler and I'll resend it.
I
Night,
sure will,
Kelly.
brother. Thank you.
You
All
might
right, brother. Take care.
because no one's going to remember.
Dane, I need you to send me that Zoom link because I never got it last time.
They,
Oh, bullshit, because I forwarded it to you during the meeting and last week and you said you got it.
well, yeah, from last week.
Last week, let's see.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, I
sir.
did. So,
Because I was getting ready to chastise you about not coming to the meeting. You said I never got the email. And then I went and looked and I saw that somebody didn't put your email on the damn link or on the address. There was like four or five people that were left off.
Yeah, it was the 4 or 5 people we were missing,
Yep.
yeah,
except for a couple.
yeah.
Except for a couple.
Bert we knew wasn't going to be there. So, yeah. But he did come in later on.
Hey, Dane, it works.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that was the 20th.
I'll re-forward it to you.
Hang on, I
Sure.
got.
Oh,
Nice.
Planning committee doc and level up.
What are we looking at?
It's going to be next week's demo.
So, the
Let's
chuck,
see that again, Billy.
did you make that wooden chuck inside to hold it?
Yes, because my truck don't go small enough, so I made a ring to hold the piece that I need to hold.
Oh, that's cool. Did you make that out of yourself?
Yeah, it's just a piece of hard maple.
No, I'm talking about the red thing.
No, I bought the red thing.
Okay.
It's going to be a lighted Christmas ornament, Sue.
Oh, that's cool. Good.
And you can see that it lights up. It's pretty thick right now, so when I turn it down thinner, obviously it's going to light up, be brighter. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be
pretty thick right now.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah, it will.
Looking
It'll be
forward.
next week's demo.
Looking forward to that.
The lights I'm using already have an eye hook in them, so you just
Oh, that's cool. So, what kind of battery do they take?
I don't know because it comes with the batteries in them.
Oh, cool. All right.
They're
Probably hearing aid batteries.
they're balloon lights for paper balloons, Chinese paper balloons.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the lights are, and I get them off of Amazon.
Okay. That's a pretty bright light.
Yeah. And the nice part is, if you're making them to sell them, they have a little insert that you can put in them because they come with the batteries in it. I can get this back in here. You can put this little tab in there, and then the light doesn't come on.
Oh, that's good.
You just twist the light back just enough to pull the tab out, and then the light lights.
Gotcha.
But I got a whole pack of them for.
All right, I just resent it, Gary.
Okay.
I think that pack cost me like $10.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah, and I think there's like 25 in here. I don't remember exactly.
That's perfect.
So that'll be next week's demo. How to make lighted Christmas ornaments.
That'll be cool. Cool.
That'll be cool. I could see
You
making,
put the link in the chat
For what?
for the light bulbs.
is the chat still going? I
Pat's
just
always
typed
going.
the message and it wouldn't send.
Oh, maybe he was trying to respond to somebody that wasn't there.
Well, she said goodnight, and I was going to say goodnight back to her. It's Sue
Got
Bing.
off already, probably.
Oh, yeah, she boogered off already.
I'll send it to you, Carl. I got to
Thank
get
you.
it off my other phone, my tablet. I don't have Amazon hooked to my phone. And my computer won't open two things at once. It's too old.
Amber sure had fun having drinks with you last week, Sue.
Oh, did she?
Yes, she did. Yeah, she thought y'all were quite the group of characters.
Hey,
She
well, good.
understood why. She understood why I had fun, in the after hours.
She's a little cutie, I'll tell you.
Yeah, she's something else.
Well, that was good. I hope I didn't do anything bad, but it's fun.
Oh God, no, no. Yeah, she thought you were right on. She goes, didn't she say that she was getting ready to get off? Did I make her? Did I make her go get another drink? And I'm like, yeah, we bullied her.
And that was okay.
Right? Nothing wrong
Is
with that.
Art still on, or did he get off?
Who?
Is it
Who are you
Art?
looking for?
Arthur? Art? Whatever his name is.
No idea.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know an art.
Him. Isn't that? Oh, Albert. Sorry, Albert.
Oh, Albert.
Al.
Yeah,
What?
I wondered if you were still on there and if you were partaking of stuff. That's why I was asking.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching. I
you tell
never
by the
stay
sentence
after
structure?
hours. No, my grandson comes at 7:30 in the morning, and I never stay up, on this one. I'm just paying attention. I'm having a blast.
Well, good. We have fun on the after hours.
I'm finding that out.
And that's how we learn about each other. It's great.
I'm
I'll get you another
finding
beer.
that
You'll be all
Non-PC
right.
version. Right, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary's having a good time.
No, I'm here. I mean, you always hear what I say all the time. I mean, there aren't even words really to even describe what this is. I mean, Captain is like pretty cool.
Well, basically, this is the extension of
No, I know that.
no, not the meeting of what do you call that, Nate? Where you put the back of the truck down.
Tailgate?
Yeah, the tailgate.
That's it.
Yeah. This is
I
the real
only have
tailgate.
one
This is the
more
real
beer
tailgate.
left to drink because we backed up the truck a long time ago. This is a tailgater.
Well, yeah.
See, the initial tailgate, there's people that are on that get their panties all twisted and in a bunch and don't understand, So
Well, I
yeah.
truly looking forward to 2026. And I've got the wheels going in my head about what to do with safety, the banners that need to be put up, and the handouts that need to be given out to everybody that's coming to the meeting. So all that is coming to my head. Dave did a fantastic job on our webpage for safety.
Yes, he did. Does.
A lot of that is going to be put out in the handout. So yeah, I'm looking forward to everything.
Right.
And you guys
should be good.
Take care of me if I can't walk straight, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, but You can walk one way and I'll walk the other, and then between the two
And
of
you'll
us, we'll
both be
walk
straight.
straight.
We'll both be straight, and Scott
Right?
heck.
Right? You'll be like, Scott will be like, Marco. Be like,
Hold
where?
Ooh, we'll have to get you drinking. That'll make you walk straight.
Yeah, right.
Well, I try once in a while, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, I walk with a little bit of a hitch.
There you go.
Shit, come 2026, I might walk with a lot of hitch.
Okay.
Who the heck knows what the heck is going to happen tomorrow?
Try it. You have to enjoy
Yeah.
life today because you don't know
Yeah,
what's
that's right.
Believe me,
Of course.
believe me, you do not know what is going to happen tomorrow.
That's true, but Dane's a baby. So we can talk about that, but Dane's a baby.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And in this group of characters, I am.
Yes,
Yep.
because when he says he was just a little guy with some of those TV shows.
Back in the 70s. Yep. Back in the
Oh,
70s. Yep. I was just a little
I
shit.
graduated high school in 71.
I graduated in 73, so.
So yeah. So
yeah.
And I bailed out in 70.
I'm 73. I thought I was going to Vietnam all through my friggin' high school life.
I understand. I miss Vietnam.
Hey, that's all right. I was an abused child because my parents were World War II Dust Bowl children.
What's
I was
wrong?
abused.
My parents are all from there.
Think how old we are.
I was made to work, and there
World
was
War
no such thing as spare the rod.
Yeah.
They'll get a bigger rod and get more rods.
And my mother didn't believe in yardsticks because they always broke.
That's right.
The sticks from the window shades. Remember those?
So no, because I had to go get locust. I had to go get locust limbs.
Did you really?
Yeah,
yes.
Witch hazel is what my grandparents and dad used.
Or dogwood. Or dogwood limbs.
Well,
Yep,
y'all were all lucky. My mom used a piece of oak floorboards from a house that got torn down. Daddy whittled her a handle on one end of it and drilled a hole in the other.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Man, I would get it at school. Then when I'd get home, I'd get it from her. Then when Dad would get home, I'd get it again. But a lot of times, Dad take pity on me and be like, "Yeah, you've been beat enough already, And he'd take the belt and swarp the bed, and he'd tell me, "Make sure you hoop and holler and make it sound good for her."
I know, really.
No, we gotta stop that. Stop that.
No. My dad looked at me, and he says, he just looked at me. He didn't say nothing. He just shook his head. What the heck were you thinking? And that was, you know what? That was more painful than any damn thing that he could have done to me.
And the following week, Al turned around and did the same thing all over again.
Exactly. There.
What the heck were you thinking? And that was more painful than anything. That's what brought me up.
No.
Okay. Now think 11 or 12 years old. Okay. I got in a fight with this one kid.
Were we ever that young, Sue?
Oh, yeah. Ago. Anyways, I fight with this one kid, and my dad came outside, and he was all gruff. Why did you do that? And I looked at him. I said, because he told me his dad was better than my dad. My dad got a big smile on his face. Nothing happened.
Right? Yeah. Nothing happened. Yeah.
That wasn't what caused the fight either, was it?
Actually, it was.
There's Al. Or there's Carl. Morning, Carl.
Yep,
I
really
had
well
a,
gotten in a fight. Any other fights I got was because people were attempting to bother my twin sister, and I would get in there defensive, right? And I couldn't hit anybody in the face because I figured I'd hurt them. But they didn't feel that way about me, and they were fighting to hit me in the face.
I had
So-
a first grade teacher that had a ruler, for God's sakes.
Yeah, really.
Imagine that today.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
we
know, right?
Did she
We
wrap
got-
your
we got
knuckles or
paddles in
the
school.
palm of your hand?
You had to lay your hands flat on a wooden desk, and then she'd wrap you across the first set of knuckles.
Oh yeah. I think. Oh my goodness.
And it was
We got boarded. You know, we're taken to the hallway. You went down to the next classroom, got the teacher, and as the witness, and come down. You bend over, grab your ankles, and smack. You know, they can do 3 swats at a time.
Oh man.
I had a third grade teacher that used to use, remember the pointer sticks that they used to have to point at stuff on the board?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's what she used.
Oh gosh.
Those-
Actual paddles, and then some of the teachers they drill holes in them. You know, and
Yeah.
that'd catch your skin and leave little
In junior high, they
little-
had big old holes in those paddles.
Yep.
make your butt look like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine that happening in school today?
Oh, I know. That's what's wrong with these kids today.
They have no respect
No.
for their elders at all.
They have no respect for themselves, much less their elders.
Amen, Scott. Amen.
Yeah, on top of that, yeah, no respect for themselves, let alone elders, their parents,
It's
their
because
peers.
of the way the parents are, and because the way how can I, there is even any way to explain it. Everybody has to work, so no one has every time for anyone, and including the kids.
Well, I don't agree with that, Al. If you have
Uh,
kids,
you
you
know
make
what,
the
you know
time
what?
for the kids. You had
No,
them.
no. I should not have said it exactly that way. There is a lot less time to make more family.
Well, I don't know. I know some families that
There's a lot of them don't make time to be.
Yeah,
with
they
their
don't
family.
care to make the time.
They'd rather
parents
be at,
don't make
they'd rather
time.
be at the sports
and they
bar
don't make
drinking
time.
beer with their buddies or out
Right.
hooligan.
Yep.
That's what the problem is with the majority of our parents
Exactly.
that raise the kids.
Right.
They don't work. Most of them don't work as many hours as we did.
Right.
And my
My
kids
God.
always came first.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, family first. Now, when my husband was older than me, but most of you know that. But his one stepdaughter, Chrissy, she adored her firstborn, Mike. Her secondborn, Mark, she didn't give him too much of attention because she adored Mike because he had good grades and blah, blah, blah. And Mark was more of a hands-on guy. And I understood what he was going through. I was the one that stepped in. He was jealous that Mark liked me more than she liked her, but I didn't care. And this kid to this day can't stand his mother. And he always calls me when he needs something. Now the boy is 42 now, and good kid, the deputy sheriff. And whenever there's something happening, he calls me. But at the same aspect, when something happens like a hurricane, Mark is the one that steps up and makes sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah.
Does not. Mike is all about him.
Yeah.
And shame on that. And this year, the first hurricane, his mother lost her place. because she was close to the coast at one heck of a surge. So his mother came in with him. The only thing his brother did was go help his mother clean out her house and bring it to Mark's. And then next hurricane, Milton, Andy was renting and it went up under the carport, ripped the entire roof off the house. So who stepped up? Mark. Mark stood up and said, okay, I'm going to buy twin beds to get rid of the queen size bed so they can both stay in one room, which cracked me up because they've been divorced since the kids were 5.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, it does.
So ask Scott how long it's going to take to make this tree.
To make what?
He's making a Christmas tree.
Oh, he's already made several.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on like the third one, I think. Third or fourth one.
Okay. Sorry, judgmental here.
You just weren't paying attention.
It's all right.
No, I was listening to you guys instead of the picture.
Oh, I know. Me too.
So I got up this morning and it was 40 degrees. Come on, you guys. Keep it up north.
40 would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get my bathing suit out.
Oh my gosh. Well, come on down. The pool is 63 right now.
Oh, that's way too cold.
And,
I used to throw my wife in that all the time.
well, I remember as a kid.
No wonder she don't like you.
I wonder if she hollers at him.
When I was a kid,
Thank God.
and we would go swimming at Hanlon Beach, which is just north of Rochester on Lake Ontario. We couldn't go in the water unless it was 70 degrees. And I'm thinking, as a kid, we'd go in at 70 degrees. How horrible is that?
I know, right? Shit, I used to go swimming in the North Sea.
Well,
you know, and water temperature is like 58, 55 to 58 degrees.
Yeah.
But shit, out here, I don't get in the pool unless it's 83 or higher.
Oh, well, in the spring, I'll heat the pool to 82 and let it bring up to 84 or 85 in the early spring so I can go swimming. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
So
Yeah, first time I went down to the beach in Skavenagen, outside of the Hague in Holland where I was stationed. Girlfriend goes running out, jumps in the water, and I start running out there, and I start hitting that, the water splash. I'm like, holy fuck, it's way too damn cold. How do you, and you just look, and there's all kinds of, people in the beach in the water. Like, come on, stop being a pussy. I'm like, oh my, got used to it, but oh my God, it was murder trying to jump in there. And then you go to the north, up on the Antilles, it was even colder up there. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
So Sue,
right now, sorry.
The temperature right now at my place here where we're going to have level up, it's 9 degrees, feels like -9 with 16, I think it said 16 mile an hour northwest winds.
Well, just tell me what attire I need to pack.
Yeah,
well, September will be 60s, 70s. So
yeah, September will be still in the 60s, 70s. Could hit maybe 80s one day.
80s would be nice, but I'll pack for 60s or 70s. Because down here, when we're used to 80, 90, 60s and 70s are cold.
I know, right?
Yes.
And especially when it goes from, the hundreds and then 90s, then it just, boom, it skips to 80s and then boom, it's, it's the high 60s, low 70s. It's like, holy, here I am with my damn heater on. Today's high, I think, was 74 or 75.
What shirt?
I'm going to have to give Dane a parka to sit by the campfire because he'll be frozen.
Right? Right. I'll be sitting on the stones,
It's 72 in my house.
I heated it up to 75 because I was freezing.
Right.
Now inside the house, we have the doors open, and it's probably, I don't know, 60 to 65 degrees. But you put sweats on and a sweatshirt, and
Yep.
then I'll wear a beanie inside, you know, down over the ears. I'm bald, and the heat escapes through your head.
Well, I tried that, putting a sweatshirt on and slacks instead of shorts and blah blah blah. And sometimes in the morning I get a wind chill. Nothing is going to warm me up. So yeah.
And then I'll have three cats on me. I'll have a cat here on my chest. I'll have one in my lap, and then I'll have one down between my legs by my shins and knees.
Yeah, I've got two. One sleeps in front of me because I'm a side sleeper, and the other one sleeps in the
Right.
back of my legs. And
Oh yeah, if I let them in the bedroom, they'd be all over me, on
Oh,
top
yeah.
of me. One of them, at
And
least two of them, all cuddled up. Trying to spoon.
as a cat person, sorry
Little
for the dog.
shits.
I love the dogs, but I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
Someone wants me to get another kitten, but I have resolved not to for now. You should be so
Yeah.
proud of
It's hard. All my cats found us, so we're
Every-
suckers.
I got is a rescue. So yeah.
Yep, likewise. Yep. And then I'm feeding two outside.
Really?
Yep. And a raccoon. That's what Tina just came out here to tell me. She goes, I was sitting out back and thought I saw something go walking, come walking on the side of the wall from the tree. And then she looked back and she go like, holy shit, it's a raccoon. And so he was waddling along the 3-inch mason wall coming down, and she's like, oh, he's going through the front door, to eat the cat food that I put out for the two cats I feed outside. So she goes to the front door, and sure shit, there he is, eating the rest of the cat food that the cats didn't eat.
Yeah. Here, any spare cats that are outside overnight, we have a lot of coyotes around here.
Yeah, we do too. Between the coyotes and the bobcats, it's rare that I don't know where they hide. But I got a black cat and he's got orange tufts of fur on his chest.
Yeah.
He's just a neat looking cat. He's real tall. He's a real long legged cat. And then there's another yellow cat with dark yellow stripes on him.
Okay.
But I don't know where they hide it. Even that one of mine, that diabetic one. We'd feed him out back. He'd come in the evening hours. But he was out there for 2 years before he finally said, God, the hell, fish, let me start rubbing on some leg. I want to come inside.
I understand.
Yeah.
No,
Gary, are you in a hotel room?
What's that?
No, we're in the condo. I'm in Sue. I'm in Orlando right now. I'm in a condo.
You're in Orlando?
Yeah.
Cool.
We brought the cold weather down here with us. We left North Alabama to get away from it. It's freezing down here.
Well, yeah. So where
They didn't even have the heat turned on in the condos. We got here. We got off it. Oh, we're freezing. Oh God, we didn't turn the heat on.
Jeez. Yeah.
How long are you down there, Gary?
Now we're gonna be here till Sunday, then we're gonna driving home.
So
okay. Hey, let me tell you something. If you run into a guy named Dana Chandler, walk the opposite direction. He is an absolute son of a bitch. That's my brother.
Oh Lord.
Absolute prick.
Can tell they love each other, can't you?
Yeah. Brotherly love there. You can feel the vibe.
Yeah, nope. They ain't none there. Nope.
Gary, what you doing in Orlando?
We've got a timeshare down here that we've had for 30-something years.
Okay.
And we normally trade it, but with my back and all, we couldn't go anywhere. Because it's here and we're real close to main gate, like 3 miles out of main gate, and it trades really good, and they keep it up good. we've been all over the world trading our condo. Most of the time we'll get 2 weeks for our one here. And this time we decided with my back and all, we just come down here and chill out. We had no plans to go to Disney or any of the other parks, so we're just chilled out.
Nothing wrong with that.
This isn't unusual for us right now. So yeah.
Well, it hit 70 today here, so it was getting a little bit more like Florida weather.
We didn't even hit that. Our high today was about 62.
Oh, wow.
When I got up this morning, it was 41. So yeah, I was freezing.
That's what our high is supposed to be on Saturday is 41.
You know, when I was up north, it didn't bother me.
It's like a heat wave.
Yeah, really. And
looks like Hampton needs to trim that hat up. A little off center there. Got a little wobble in it.
Yeah, it needs to be flattened a little.
Maybe he turned that off center and then put it in there and turned the snowman.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, maybe he's making a tilted hat.
Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did a Doug Miller snowman.
It's a character.
There you go.
There you go.
Is that a Doug Miller style? Scott, is that a Doug Miller style?
Yeah, kind of.
God, no.
I'd say it's about 10 steps better, though.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, here we go.
Did until they put that rotten blue on there.
Yeah, it's all dried out. Let me find another one.
That one looks.
All you need to do is put some alcohol in there, and it'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that right this minute.
Okay, all right.
Goodness.
Hopefully he finds a better color blue than that one.
Yeah, what you do is
God, I can't believe I just did a freaking Matthew McConaughey saying, "Mercy my."
What you do is you drill this real tiny hole in the top portion of the barrel on those. Take a hypodermic and squirt a little bit of alcohol in it, and then rub a piece of plumber's putty or something over the hole where you can pull it back out later.
Really?
It'll rejuvenate it.
Fill them full of alcohol.
If you're gonna do the hypodermic, just go in through the base of the felt there, and squirt it in through the actual tube.
Yeah.
Then the felt will seal up.
Most of mine that I do that on are the ones that have a finer point on them. And I was always afraid I'd weaken the point, so I just drill some little tiny holes, just enough to get a small hypodermic in.
So you got to buy me a new set. They dried out over the summer.
It's funny. Me and Scott were talking about using hypodermics for stuff and rejuvenating dried out markers the other day.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
what kind of markers have you got?
Oh, I'm going to replace these with Indian ink markers or paint markers that they sell.
Okay, what have you got?
Those are Sharpies.
Yeah, they're just Sharpies.
That's all.
I push a needle all the way through from one side to the other on the felt.
Yeah.
Then I pull the felt tip out on my vise. And I'll straddle the needle between the vise jaws and pull. And you can pull that felt tip out. And then I just fill them full of denatured alcohol, put the felt tip back in, pull the needle out, and lay them on their side for a few days. And then
they're perfect.
They rejuvenate for a while. I mean, they don't last forever, but they'll last for a little while.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, once you start adding the alcohol, they start drying faster and faster. So
yeah, at least you get them to go a little bit longer. You know.
Yeah, right. You get another usage out of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending upon how much you use them. I mean, for me, I'll probably get another 4 to 6 months out of them.
Okay. I did get those ink ones.
I abused the hell out of them.
Yeah, we can tell.
So what kind of wood are you using?
No, it's all good.
Oh, this is just poplar.
That's what I thought it was. But yeah, they make nice little snowmen and stuff.
Yeah.
You just buy popular dowel rods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Sue, I'll tell you one thing I did today.
What?
The power company was cleaning the live oaks from around the trees down one street that we were riding down.
Yeah.
And they were cutting it up fairly small, just leaving it in piles on the side of the road. So I stopped and got me some live oak.
Yeah, there you go.
I found some limb burl pieces. So I loaded,
wow, that's
loaded
cool.
the car up with some small live oak pieces. We don't get that. We don't get that in North Alabama.
Well, we don't normally get a lot of burls down here. But
well, this is where they cut. This is where the power company had trimmed them before.
Yeah.
So they had formed
scabbed over
and burls on it, and then they cut them back even further now. So.
Oh gosh. Well, my neighbor, she has cypress back in her backyard, and there's a burl that's going from the ground almost 2.5 feet up and 2 feet wide.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
I got a big.
And you hadn't snuck over there during the night and cut her tree down?
No, I won't, because we're best friends. And I've got her into turning, but she's always busy on.
What you need to do is tell her that tree is diseased and it needs to be cut down because of that burl.
I told her the truth eons ago. Knows I have my.
Oh hell, she ain't gonna remember it. If she does, you tell her you're just bullshitting her.
Yeah, really. That burl's got to be phenomenal. But yeah.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a big leaf maple burl sitting over there in the corner. It's kind of covered up right now. I've had it since 2004. Brought it back from Washington. The thing is 3.5 feet wide, about 2 feet thick, and about 3.5 feet tall.
So what are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. That's why it's been sitting in the corner of my shop for the last 20 years.
He's gonna wait till the bugs
he's gonna,
get in
he's
it.
gonna
and
bring
eat
it up to level. He's gonna bring it up to level up and give it to me.
Oh, no.
Share the wealth.
Yeah, I had 3 of them. I've already used 2 of them, and I know once I cut into it, it's gone. So that's why I keep holding on to it. It's like as soon as I cut into it, it's going to disappear, and I don't want it to disappear. So.
Oh, Cindy Drost, I'm sure she would pay an arm and a leg for that.
I did not. When I visit my aunt up on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington,
yeah,
I cut out of her firewood pile for free.
Really?
Wow.
Local lumber mill, they don't want anything to do with them, so they send them outside.
No, they don't.
Pick them up for firewood and stuff.
Yep.
Well, I'll have to go
They
down.
throw them off to the side, either chip them or somebody comes and gets them. It's garbage wood to them.
Oh yeah, they don't want anything to do with them.
Any wood that's got figure or character to it, it's garbage.
Yep.
Well, it's the fact that they can't cut a plank out of it.
That too.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, with burls, correct. But pretty much any lumber mill, if the wood's got non-straight grain, that's garbage.
Yeah,
they don't want the stuff with curl in it and stuff either. They just
nope.
Yeah.
No, because it's a weak point, in flat work.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Hey Sue, that's how cold it is outside.
Is it? Oh my!
I'm surprised it didn't.
It blew up.
You can't blow up. It's totally frozen. It's hard as a rock.
Yep.
It'll be nice and cold for you tomorrow. Keep it inside.
It'll still be half froze.
It'll be froze. It'll actually explode when you go to open it if you don't let it come to room temperature.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta go eat.
Okay.
All right, Scott.
Okay.
Now I got
Scott.
To do some more.
Thanks, Scott.
Good night, Scott. Good seeing you.
I got
We're hanging out.
Yeah, I've got a craft fair this weekend, so I'm trying to catch up on inventory. That's why I've been in my shop all day.
That's all right.
Now he's gonna go home and fall asleep in the dinner plate.
Yeah, really.
No, I'll probably be back out here in like a half hour.
We may still be here. Who knows?
We'll still be here.
Well, then I'll just leave it on and I'll just.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, half an hour. We still probably be here in a half an hour.
That means we'll be. That means we'll be timing you.
Don't time me.
That means it sounds like a margarita.
Right? That's another drink. I got me another beer.
Did you? I'm gonna go.
Well, I was gonna drink the soda, but I don't think I'm gonna drink it now.
Not that. I ain't drinking that one.
You left it out there for 5 minutes. Should have left it out there for 2.
Go get a fresh one and
Well, then I'd have to walk all the way to the house, and it's only 9 degrees outside.
Oh, well, I understand that. You should have something in your shop that doesn't freeze too well.
Well, it doesn't normally freeze if I remember it sitting outside the door.
Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna go make another one.
All right.
Covered with fur. That's so good. All over me. Don't want to be tracking it around.
Bring that heater closer.
Heater?
Mine just kicked back in. It was out for a couple hours, now it turned back on.
My heater, the heat machine.
It's probably only probably in the 50s here. Usually.
Yeah, it's in the 50s here.
I wish it was in the 50s here.
It's 49 degrees.
It fucking feels like it.
49?
It's 50 in Orlando right now.
It's 50. It's 57.
54.
So how do you haul a lathe to your condo in Orlando?
I don't.
I don't on his back.
Don't do anything on vacation weeks. We did go to Rockler and Woodcraft today, and
now
Is
you're
that any different?
they didn't have anything any different.
Oh, so you don't have to go back to work then to pay for the bill.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Woodcraft on Saturday, but I'm sure I won't buy anything there because they're too friggin' expensive.
They're too expensive. That's what I was looking at. I was needing a piece of 2x2 oak, about 12 inches long. All they had was a 30-inch long piece, and they wanted $20 for a piece of 2x2 white oak, 30 inches long. And I'm like, bullshit. Ain't no way, buddy.
Hell, I could cut you one off a slab I got here and send it to you for less than that.
Yeah.
What do you want the white oak for?
I find woodcraft is extremely expensive.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even their box of cutoffs that they try to sell by the pound.
Give me just a second. Let me look that guy's name up. You might recognize him. Let me see here. But I've got some green white oak. I'm just gonna have to sew it up. I've got it cut into half logs. I'm just gonna cut it up into 2x2s and put some in my dry box. Go from
How many
there with
do you
it.
need, Gary?
Not many, just 3 or 4 pieces. So it's not a whole lot. I'll wind up with what I got. But that, and I've got to get in the upstairs of my garage. I may have some rough sawn 8-quarter white oak in my little garage that's been up there 30 years because it dawned on me. I had some white oak sawed up years ago.
Pat.
All right, you guys, I've got some Norfolk pine that the neighbor gave me, not from the trunk, but from these branches that were huge, with all the branches going out. And I still got them in the chunk pieces, and it's been like 3 years. How do I cut them? Or should the pith seems to be still fine in them? What should I do with them?
The pith and the pith and nip is like styrofoam.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep. It's
So
rubbish.
So I need to cut it.
I would cut the pith out.
All right. So I'll cut it for ball blanks. Okay. I can do that.
Billy, have you ever seen a Jim Ballard wooden barrels?
No, I haven't.
Look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
It's Jim Ballard, and he makes wine stoppers that look like antique whiskey barrels.
Oh, I've seen that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He does all
the name sounds familiar. Maybe that's where I know it from. Maybe it was a guy my dad used to get moonshine from over in Morgantown.
Hey, nothing's better than moonshine, you guys, especially apple pie.
If you got a good moonshiner.
That's right.
Right, exactly.
If you don't have a good moonshiner, it ain't worth a shit. It'll give you a headache.
Right.
Well, you know, I've got a son-in-law.
And it'll make you go blind.
Okay.
Oh, that's the reason they can't see.
I've only had apple pie a few times, but my son-in-law seems to talk to people that are from Kentucky or wherever, and he gets fresh moonshine.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And the apple pie is really good. I don't care for the cherry one, but the apple pie is really good.
Well,
yeah, the cherry just makes it hotter.
Remind me of that before you come to Level Up, Sue. I'll have my cousin make you some fresh stuff.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That's even better than tequila.
Oh my God.
My buddy makes the moonshine and then he turns it into apple pie.
Oh, really? What was the cherry?
The cherry moonshine. It's not the moonshine that's what you consume from that. It's the cherries.
Yeah,
they're pretty damn good.
It sounds we're going to have a blast up at Level Up in the evening.
Hey, Gary, those cherries are really good in fruit salad.
Oh, you got it. Make it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody
look you
drunk.
up a recipe for ambrosia and put moonshine cherries in it and see how that is.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I
marinate
cherries in rum.
Waldorf salad.
What was that, Scott?
I make rum cherries, not moonshine cherries. They're a little more nicer.
Yeah. Still stick with ambrosia and see what happens to all the kids and the mother.
Right.
Oh gosh.
I'm concerned about being able to make it from the place where we're going to be having Level Up to the motels because they're not right there real close.
Exactly.
we may have to hire a chauffeur in vans to run us back.
Right.
You know, we could all get together, hire somebody, pick us all up, and take us out there.
If they have taxis here, we have taxis.
Okay.
Ubers.
Do you have Ubers?
Yep,
Yeah.
have them too.
Well, we could all share
we can
Uber.
request an Uber van.
Right. Yep. Get in.
Yep.
Yep.
As long as they can hold a rolling walker and get me inside, I'm good.
We'll just set you on the walker and pull you with the truck.
Okay, I like it.
Depending upon which vehicle Scott or I take, you know, if we take mine, we can just all pile into the bed of my truck. I got a long bed, so.
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh man,
we just need one good person to drive.
You see all them folks up there that know Billy, they say, "Oh,
so is that
he brought a bunch of rednecks into."
Yeah, look at these bunch of hillbillies. I might even go full hillbilly when I come up there. Shit.
Why not? You know,
Maybe I'll start growing my hair out and get my ponytail going again.
Oh,
There you go.
give me a break. I will probably cut my hair short like I've got it now, but I might comb it. So never know.
You might comb it.
As long as you don't color it purple.
I used to do the front in purple and aqua and with white in between, and it looked neat. But I was debating whether to do it red and green for Christmas. But so far, I haven't. So I guess that's the decision.
Hey, Stu, let's say you did and didn't.
Yeah.
What was that, Dane?
I said, let's say you did and didn't.
Okay, that's good. We can lie.
Right?
Sue, your kitty cat knocked your camera offline.
Yes, she did. Let's see what we got. You're looking at my
yeah, looking at your notes.
where
No idea.
My
Oh, it's your level up notes.
Oh, you know what that is? And I don't know how to change it out. Okay. How do I change it out, guys?
Oh, you're on an
Is
iPad.
it showing backwards? You should have
so
a camera with little circles in it.
It's
should
got
be down by your
minus. That's about it. Let me go here. All right. Now, safety suit.
Your video is off now.
Yeah, you turned it off now.
All right. How is it now? Not much.
It's still backwards. So down by, so probably up on the top left.
Okay.
You have a little you probably have a little camera and it's got arrows.
I don't, because this is an iPad, but let's look at it.
Oh, you're on an iPad.
There you go. You
Hey,
got
now
it.
you got it flipped.
You found it. Don't do anything. Put your finger back.
I like it. Okay, I'm good.
You did it. Now, what did you do?
I just hit that little camera.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I was just fixing to say I'm on an iPad and it's up in the upper right hand corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Android's on the left. Okay.
Gary, have you had any problems with your iPad and Microsoft Office?
They don't play nice
other than the price of Microsoft Office, which they wanted it monthly, and I dropped it, and I went on eBay and bought a several-year-old one. That doesn't have a monthly update. I think I paid less than $20 for it.
Okay. Well,
I installed it and it works okay.
Okay,
and I don't have to pay that damn monthly fee.
I have that family edition. It's $99 a year, and each family member can have five
unique logins.
Yeah, where they do the iPhone or whatever phone, iPad,
Android, PC.
Exactly. They can have up to 5. But since they just upgraded it, I can't sign in via my iPad. So I did write them a little kind letter so they would respond.
Well, on the one that had the monthly fees on it, I think I was paying $7.95 a month. And I had problems with it continuously.
Okay.
And then I just went and bought an older version and loaded it permanent on mine where I don't have to deal with them, and it works just fine.
I mean, they want me to log in to each program, and then they send me a freaking code to go into it, and it's like, come on, folks.
I know, right?
Nothing changed in the last 9 years, you know? Just let me get in there.
Right. So old. Let's see.
So who's T? Who is T?
Oh, that's me. I gotta reconnect my
Gotcha.
a fresh set of earbuds.
Roger, have you made anything this week? You didn't show us anything.
No, I didn't make anything.
No? You got
Been
anything?
work been working on my patio until it snowed on Monday.
Yeah, I understand that. I went and I ordered these things that they're individual drawers that come out. And I ordered a piece that is 2x2s, and there's 3 of them across, and they're two levels high. It's for spices, and they're actually, each rack is on a half of a drawer pull, so you can bring them out, so you can actually see what spices you have instead of taking everything out of the cabinet. So I've got some more coming, and I can't wait, because so far I've done a bank of 3 2x2s, and they each hold about 5 or 6 bottles of spice on each side. I know you guys don't cook, but it's nice. Okay. And then
I cook. I owned a restaurant for over 30 years.
There you go. You can cook while I'm there. Anyways, the next was 2 blanks of 3x3s, and that hold the bigger bottles of spice, and all that held 2 shelves full of spice that I had, because I was getting tired of pulling all the spice to see what I've got, and if I couldn't find something, I would buy it again. So
When
now
I was
yeah.
in Germany, when I was in Germany, how's my sound? Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Okay. So when I was in Germany back in let's see, we got there in '96, and so my neighbor across the street, local national, he was older. He was probably in his 60s. I was 26. So how I got to know him was, one night, me and Tina sitting in the kitchen, we're looking out the window, we're drinking beer, playing cards or whatever, and so I could see across the street, inside his garage, here's my neighbor. He's doing something on the table stall. He's cutting these boards and shit. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, he's a woodworker, and he'd all the time be out there in the evening. And so it turns out he was remodeling his house, but the downstairs making his own private kitchen in there, because he was an executive, what would be an executive chef. And God, he was a hell of, oh my God. And so I basically taught him English. He taught me German, and and we drink beer and uh, do stuff together. Anyhow, so he had had all his spices and stuff up in the cabinet and everything. And I had made, when me and Tina first got together, I'd made like a 4.5 foot. It might have been, it might have been 60. It might have been 5 foot long, and or 5 foot tall. At the bottom, there was a shelf, a compartment shelf at the bottom, for your spice pouches and your gravy mixes. But you had all your shelves here, for the very, you had big shelves, for your big spice bottles. And I don't know, there was 7, 8 different shelves, for that. And so Rudy, his name was Rudy. So he, first time he came over to the house, he saw it and he was like, oh, that is so neat, and he asked me if I'd make him one, so I did. And, he was just ever so happy about it, but yeah, being able to have your spices where you can readily see them instead of trying to dig for them.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal.
Definitely a huge benefit,
The ones I got are made in America. It's called verticalspice.com. And you can have it with, what is it, HDPE plastic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that white cutting board plastic.
Yeah.
HDP
And
doesn't have to be white. Yeah.
you can make it with that, or you can make it with maple. Well, maple's twice the cost of HDPE. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, because they're thinking maple, it's natural, but you're in a cupboard. No one's going to see it. And made in the USA, it was kind of expensive, but you could get them from Amazon, made in China or wherever they make them, a lot cheaper. But if I can afford it, I try to give it to an American company.
Yeah.
I love this stuff. In fact, anybody I've shown it to so far, oh, I'd love to have that. Well, yeah, it's great. So I've got another. It's one layer, a 6x11 coming in, and another. It's one layer, 2 3s by 11 coming in, and that should hold everything that I've got.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I have a 5x11 by 1, and I have a 3x11 by 1, but I think that would be good for like vitamins and stuff. So yeah, I'll be able to find stuff and not have to. If you look at my spices,
Fumble for it.
2 or 3, paprika.
Pick it up 5 different times. Damn it, that ain't it. You pick it up again. Like, damn,
Yeah.
that ain't it.
Exactly. So I found out I got 2 or 3 parsleys, a bunch of paprikas, but this way I know what I've got, and I put them in semi-alphabetical order. But yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Tina alphabetized. Well, no, she alphabetized as best as she could, but based upon the spice size, the same as Rudy. Like I said, it's about 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was 20 or 24 inches wide. And like I said, it had 8 or 9. It might have had more shells than that. I think the bottom 2 were the taller shells for the big spice jars. And then the bottom was compartment. It came out. You put all your spice, your package and gravy packets and whatnot. And then all the way up, the little bitty containers, set up on top, for your nutmeg and stuff like that,
Hey guys, I'm going to have to let you go.
Oh, okay. Welcome back, Dan.
Yep. We'll see you Tuesday.
Good night.
All right. We'll
See you next week.
Yep. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye.
Is Dave still with us, or did he just not close off the
Dave?
Dave Rose still